Hello, comic book guys and gals, and welcome to Comic Mag Musings Live. I am your host, Bill Miller. So, today we are going to do some unboxings of a quick story, and I wanted to show you a hardcover book that I picked up that's pretty cool. So, first, we'll do the story. So, hey, Mike, how you doing? Good to see you, sir. Ahoy, Cat. Thanks for stopping in. So the story is went to, and this is a you can't win them all type morality tale. Howdy, Jackson. Good to see you. So I saw some horror magazines on OfferUp. I think I got a participation trophy, Darren. What's going on, Raul? Good to see you, sir. And so I wanted to check them out. There was a creepy number 1, number 2, number 3. Some that I'm not interested in, like some weird. That's the title, weird magazines. There are some like monster ones. 2 vampies. One was a number 3. That looked to be in the best shape out of all of them, but all of them looked to be maybe low to mid. The vampy looked like it might be in higher grade. And I think there were a couple of Eries as well. So I went and checked them out. Maybe 20 to 30 minutes away. Alex, good to see you. Thanks for stopping in, sir. And there was 19 total. So I took a look at them. The creepy number 1 was rough, stained, water damage, everything. It was barely a reader. 2 and 3 weren't a whole lot better. Jackson's misbehaving. What's going on, James? Good to see you, sir. The vampy number 3 was not in as good a condition as I had thought from the picture. And so it was maybe a high mid, like a 6.5 to a 7.5. So what is that? So 6.5. So that would be like a fine plus to very fine. My mind is trained on the numbers, not so much the letter descriptions. And nothing particularly key aside from those first 3 creepies and I guess the vampy 3. So I figured $2, essentially $2 a book. So I offered 40, but he said he had somebody waiting to pay him, $5 a book. So it was what it was. We're just too far apart. So I said, thanks, I appreciate it. And went on my way without any books. And oftentimes that's what happens. I pick a number based on the condition and the collectability of what they are and stick to my guns on that. And more often than not, I'll leave without getting anything. And it was unlisted maybe an hour and a half after I had left. So I'm sure he probably did get his asking price on them, but it is what it is. So that's the story of the near miss. Almost got some cool books, but it wasn't in the cards. All right, so we're going to do we'll open a couple things. This is a raw comic. I think I know what this is. I'm not positive. If it is, it's nothing big. This is Jackson Roy Kirk's favorite part when I buzz through opening the packages and get right to what's lying within. I'm second to none when it comes to unboxings. Speaking of second to none, I got second place on Cover Slingers yesterday. But unfortunately, everyone else got first place. So technically, I came in last place on Cover Slingers. And the topic was unusual team-ups. So Jambo, Gray Man, and Captain all tied for first place. I don't remember what next week's is going to be. I'll have to go back and remind myself. So here we go. It's going to go into the wee hours of the morning. Oh, yeah, it's head covers. So that could be interpreted a couple different ways, but I imagine most people will show covers where at least one head is prominent. All right, well, we got one piece of cardboard off. Now we got another. All right, there we go. Cool, yep, that is what I thought it was. So it is Future State Wonder Woman #1. It's been a little bit of buzz, and I'm generally not much for speculation, but this one was cheap enough where I said, why not? All right, we'll do another one. Don't know what this one is. Pretty sure it's a raw book. Sly, how are you doing? Good to see you, sir. Thanks for stopping in. Ah, you and Nick have a couple of the Future State Wonder Woman. Yeah, I think it's time to replace the blade on this thing. The character is Future State Wonder Woman. Can't remember her name, but it's her. So some people think that that character is going to blow up at some point. I don't know. Guess it's possible. All right. Well, this one might be easier. Look how effortlessly I open these. It's pretty amazing. You're a dork. My friend Adrian hates Doomsday Clock. I think we found the comic book troll. It's Jackson with different accounts. All right. So I haven't seen it. Don't know what it is, so you guys get to see it first. There we are. Oh, okay, cool. This is Cursed Pirate Girl, number 3. And I think, which printing is this? Oh, number 3 I don't think has multiple printings. So I think it's the only one. But it's pretty cool. Hand stamped. Pretty neat idea. And a cool story so far. But that's what it is. Cursed Pirate Girl number 3. I got one like 3rd printing. I might have number 2. I'll have to check. I'm not sure about that. All right. So here, I'll open one more later. But this I've been digging into lately. And this is a hardback or hardbound volume by Craig Yo. Does some of the writing and the editing. Introduction by huge-eared Batman artist Kelly Jones. But it's Horror by Heck is the name of it. And this is in a series of different books that are produced. But I'm just a big fan of his. I mean, he does great superhero work, or did, right? Iron Man, Champions, Avengers. But my interest really lies in his pre-superhero work, mainly for comic media. He did some romance and some westerns. I know Sly would know that he did westerns, but I love his horrific and weird terror work for comic media. His covers, some good inside art too, but I'm a huge fan of his cover art on it. Like here's one that he did, not horror, but here's one of the early works he did. Secret agents, spies, espionage, intrigue, danger. He is an underappreciated artist. And I think that jackass Gary Groth, who's a clown and a hack himself, was putting him down in an interview like he did most times, or tried to get somebody. I think, was it Harlan Ellison? I think he got him to say that Heck was a no talent hack. But Groth is a piece of crap, as far as I'm concerned. He was egging Barry Windsor Smith on to say that John Buscema wasn't a good artist. So don't have a whole lot of faith in anything that clown says. So here is one of the, maybe his most famous cover right here for Horrific. Horrific number 3, I believe. And what he did is he swiped his own work. So he did the cover for War Fury number 1, which is this. And he took the head, transposed it, different background, different coloring, but it's essentially the same thing. So he swiped his own work for a different cover, arguably his most famous cover for Horrific number 3. But there's a good introduction in here, some good writing. It's one of his westerns that he did, Death Valley. Exactly, that's pretty cool, right? Yes, Groth is a clown who didn't have any talent himself, so he tries to elevate himself by bringing those that are talented down. So age-old psychological trick generally doesn't work. Here's a weird terror cover. I'll show you probably my favorite of all of his covers. And they reprint several of the stories for which this one's his most famous cover. That's the one I was just talking about. I have not ordered that. If it does exist, it'd be online, I would imagine, but I'm not sure. Yes, Ellison was something else. A lot of people really like his science fiction work. I'm not a huge fan. He's kind of an a-hole too, not to the extent of Groff, but is what he is. Those are two great covers for Weird Terror and Horrific. The Horrific one, a bit popular. It goes for quite a bit. All of these go for quite a bit, but it's another Weird Terror. Just so distinctive. This horror artwork is so distinctive, especially his cover art. Two more. I don't see it yet. Ah, there it is. This might be my favorite of this. Just love it. Hey, Sean. Good to see you, sir. Thank you for stopping by. Not finished reading this guy yet. But yes, he was very prolific and very adaptable. I mean, he had to follow Jack Kirby, right? On Avengers. Two more. Yeah. I think he's an acquired taste. I don't think he's a bad writer. I certainly wouldn't place him in any of my top lists of writers in general or sci-fi writers in particular. Let's see. Yeah, I'm in the middle of reading them. This is a great one. I cover. So Sly has this one. Has this book too, he says. Two great covers. That Weird Terror one is incredible. Love it. Love it, love it. Terrific. I think this was a one-shot. I think that they were supposed to have another one. This was like at the end of the code or something. But they never put it out. So that's it. Or by heck, they have other ones too. I wouldn't be surprised if he did. It's my understanding he's definitely a fan of comic books, and he has written comic books. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he did have a big collection. They have Dick Briefer's Frankenstein, Bob Powell's Terror, a book on zombies, Jack Cole's Deadly Horror, Haunted Horror banned comics from the 1950s, The Worst of Eerie. I imagine it's probably the 1950s comic book Eerie, not the Warren magazine. Howard Nostran's Nightmares, Tom Sutton's Creepy Things, Comics Your Mother Warned You About. Pre-code comics so good they're scary. Ghosts and Girls of Fiction House. The Complete Voodoo. This one. And then Devil Tales. So there's 14 volumes, I guess, produced and edited by Craig Yo in all. But I thought it was pretty good. I'm slightly over half done with it. Good, some decent stories. Nothing great. I mean, for pre-code horror, others may disagree, but in my opinion, you're not going to get knocked out by the quality of stories unless it's EC. They did really, really well in, well, they being Al Feldstein and to a lesser extent Johnny Craig, did really well in writing the stories. The others were really not constructed nearly as well from the sampling of the ones that I've read. Yes, he did do Avengers, he did Iron Man, he did Champions, he did some stuff for DC as well. Yeah, the horror stuff is pricey. It's a shame. I think so. I like this one so far. Seems pretty good. What's going on, Man Cave? Thanks for stopping by. Good to see you. So I was just showing the Horror by Heck volume, hardback volume, which is pretty cool. Fun read. Really well put together. Some good illustrations in it. And we've opened 2 things, and we've got 1 more to open up. So I'm assuming this is a slabby, but not positive. So let's see what we got. Oh, it is a slabby. All right. I haven't seen it. So I'll try to make sure I don't, and you guys can see it first. A lot of bubble wrap. All right, take it out of the bag, and here we go. Oh boy. All right. I like it. So this is Shock Suspense Stories number 3, EC Comics, June, July of 1952. Al Feldstein story, Wally Wood cover, Jack Kamen, Wally Wood, Joe Orlando, and Jack Davis art. This is a 6.0 with cream to off-white pages. I think at this point, you really got to be debating what may have gone wrong, where you took a left, I think, when you should have taken a right in life. You know what I mean? Things aren't going to be good. And on the back, we have an all-purpose electric sprayer for painting. Just plug it in and spray. It says you can, what are they spray painting? Furniture, a bassinet, a car, a house. Is there nothing this thing can't spray paint? Only $11. Yeah, the bear threw him in it. Said, how do you like it, right? That was smart. I don't know if I'd be more scared of the probability that I'll be losing my foot or of that mountain lion who is poised to attack and get himself a meal. So that is it. Nothing big. Well, other than that, that was a big purchase for me. So we got Shock Suspense number 3. Cursed Pirate Girl number 3. And Future State Wonder Woman number 1. That's right. Nothing wrong with that. I won't let you do it, Darren. Grandma deserves better than that. All right, that's going to be it, gang. I'll try to go live again next Sunday and see if I can have some guests on. We get some comic book banter going. But I appreciate everyone stopping by. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your Sunday. Ali, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it, sir. Here's the big book that I got, Ali. Shock Suspense Stories number 3. Thanks for watching on the Rewind if you do. And remember, we're taking over the world. Which one do we want to show? One comic book at a time. All right. Thanks, gang. See ya.